Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 20th to the 31st, 2022 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, March 20th to the 31st, 2022 Capricorn money and career. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, goodness. I love that. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Hierophant. I love that 445, that, count forward. So the repeat of the number 4. 4 is the number of the Emperor, is the number of power and authority, and very much a grounding and a surety of the self. So that's coming forward here during this time. The Four of Swords is saying we need to rest. We need to honor our story, honor everything that we've been through. Capricorn, there's going to be an energy here that says just keep on forging forward, like bury it and keep going. But there's something here that we need to stop, we need to acknowledge, and we need to really start to heal. It then moves us to the Four of Cups. A gift is coming in that we're not prepared for. We're not looking for it. We're not going to see it. We're going to think, oh, well, that's a little bit silly, or that can't possibly be, what I need right now. And yet Spirit is going to keep on tapping us on the shoulder, tapping us on the shoulder. If we're not responding, Spirit is going to shove this more firmly in our faces. So it's going to be kind of like we trip over it. I'm just seeing you trip over it. Spirit is going to make you pay attention. Now, I'm not sure why it is here, and I'm not saying that Spirit wishes ill on anybody at all, but it's almost like I will make you stop and I will make you look. So here, listen to what's being presented to us, because Spirit is saying here, you have to see this, and if they have to slow us down by giving us a cold, or giving us a headache, or making us trip and have to sit down for a little bit, that's what Spirit is going to do, because they're really sitting there and saying you have to see this right here and right now. And then moves us to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the institution. The Hierophant is the rules and the connections, and it's saying here, we're not going to go outside of the box, meaning that we're not going to go against kind of like the established norm in whatever field we're going after. We're going to look at things that have been laid down, people who have come before us, and we're going to build off of that. But we're going to add our own flair to it. There is a sense of holding the keys to a tremendous amount of creativity, a tremendous amount of insight. And there is something here that our hearts and our souls and ourselves are just connected to. If we do not move forward in that energy, if we do not embrace that energy, then we will find that we miss a gift during this time. And that's what Spirit is saying here. Yeah, I don't want you to miss this gift. I don't want you to miss this power. Now let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. The Six of Cups is reminiscence. Here it is, a father looking out over his children, and there's a sense here of love and connection, but there's also a sense that we can very easily during this time, Capricorn, live in the past and have the past really dictate everything about our future, every choice that we make, every way that we're moving forward. And Spirit is saying that living in the present, being very aware of where we are right now, that's going to be the best thing. So we're being told not to live in the past, but to look at what we want and to be present in that moment, because it really is a gift. We then have our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is the crown chakra. It is spiritual awakening. There is a gift coming forward. There is a power coming in that we're going to start to see, that we're going to start to connect with. And it opens up so much to us. It opens us up so much. It's almost like we're feeling things more. We're understanding things more. Things are starting to fall into place. And that's connecting with our crown chakra and what we love and where we want to be and what's really important to us. So that's going to be a very big thing during this time. And the message coming straight from our angels and our spirit guides. Angels. Okay. Now, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. It is the witch. And here we have the witch right here. And it says, be aware of your reputation, your influence, your power to create, preserve, or destroy. Powerful women are often misunderstood. So there's a power that we're stepping into, and there could be a powerful person around us that we might not fully understand. We might not be understanding our own power at this time, Capricorn. And we could be thinking, oh, maybe I have to change. Maybe I have to kind of dial it down a bit. Maybe I don't step so firmly forward. And what Spirit is really saying here, or angels are saying, is like, no, embrace your strength. And there can be somebody that we're interacting with that comes across as very strong or very kind of aloof. And that's because they've learned that people don't always accept them for who they are. They see them as maybe being different or, not really being understood. So they will pull themselves back. So just being aware of that energy here is going to help us bridge gaps. And it's actually going to bring somebody into our circle of awareness and our circle of connection and mentorship and kind of, the connection of being, connection in work, connection within our career that opens up a door, that has us looking at things very differently because they're going to bring new eyes into the situation. Excuse me. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the world and we have the page of earth. So at this time, we are represented by the earth, by the pentacles in the minor arcana, by the devil in the major arcana. The world is opening up to us. And there is a real sense that instead of, sitting there and being like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing, the world opens and we study, we learn, we take things in. And we're starting to see different ways to expand our prosperity. But this is going to be a time where it might not be the action that we thought it was. We thought, okay, I'll just run in and everything will be fantastic or everything will just change instantaneously. What happens is it changes more slowly and we step forward a little bit more slowly, but we're also taking everything in. So when we make that decision, it comes with all the knowledge. It comes with all the understanding. It comes with all the insight. And it brings us then to angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Ooh, it flies right out. The King of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the King of Wands, and the the Eight of Wands. So it brings us to a place of tremendous strength. We have the King's energy coming forward, and that's of the mind and of our passion and of our career. So there's somebody coming forward here. There are two people coming forward, right? One is passionate and determined and fiery. The other is more cerebral. They love words, they love books, they love learning, they love understanding. They look at people almost as a puzzle sometimes. They're on the same page. And we're going to find their energy, we're going to find their wisdom to be very helpful. We are also finding that we're embracing our passion. We're seeing something change. There's a shift within us. It comes from a healing, but it also comes from being pushed forward in a way that we hadn't expected. Like we didn't expect what is happening, or the events that are coming forward in work or in our creative endeavors or in our finances to come forward. And we're looking at things now very differently than we had seen them before. And there's almost an empowerment that comes from this time. It's like, okay, I didn't think this was going to be the case, but now I am owning the situation. I am determined, I am focused, I am insightful, and nothing is going to hold me back. There is something that somebody says. It's going to be a passing phrase. So just know that you're going to remember it when you're in the shower or when you're, brushing your teeth. It's like in this mindless moment, these words are going to come back to you. And these words are having you focus on on seeing things in a different light. They have you focus on, it opens up a door, but you don't realize that it's coming. It's like this person gave you a hint, and the words are going to come back to you. And you're going to be like, that is the oddest thing to remember. Or that's the oddest thing to just pop into my head. Write it down, or, you know, just kind of say the words over again, because our angels are going to be leading us to a bigger path when it comes to our work, when it comes to our career, when it comes to our ideas. And it's through this kind of innocuous phrase that all of a sudden we start to see things more deeply. It leads us to a healing. It really does, because we felt stagnant. We felt like, oh no, I can't move forward the way that I wanted to, or I can't open up the door the way that I wanted to. And now this healing comes forward, and our angels are right there with us. And we're washing away a lot of negativity, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of darkness within us that was holding us back from our own desires. This can be in a very emotional time for us. It can be a very overwhelming time, but it's also going to be a very beautiful time for us. And it starts moving things forward so quickly, so intensely, so powerfully. And it has us looking at things much, much more realistically for us. And it moves us in our career in a sense of, you know what, now that I made that decision, it's like boom, 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 boom. I've made 18 decisions that I was on this fence about before, and now I'm moving forward so much more quickly. Now I see where it is that I want to stand, and I'm not afraid to be strong. I'm not afraid to embrace maybe the esoteric, or listening to my gut and my spiritual influences during this time. And it moves us then to angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Three of Cups, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Three of Cups is an energy that has a duality to it. For me, the Three of Cups is focusing on people who said they were going to raise their glass to us, said they were going to be right there with us, and they couldn't celebrate us. They couldn't connect with us. And this can be from our childhood, because we do have reminiscence from the past coming forward. So it's kind of like, if I couldn't trust my father, my mother, my sisters, my brothers, you know, my grandparents, my you know, aunt, uncle, it doesn't matter who it was. This was supposed to be a person that we're told, okay, you're supposed to be able to trust them. And they kind of shook our foundation with that. So in going forward, we have an inadequacy that comes, or a sense of, when is the rug going to be pulled out from underneath me? Because I couldn't make that connection when I was little, and I really wanted to. We might think, okay, this will have an impact on us, you know, in relationships, and we're aware of that. It's having an impact on us at work. So it's kind of like, well, I couldn't trust this person. What makes me think I can trust you? Or we look at the person who kind of has the same qualities as the person who hurt us, and we say, well, I need that person to like me, or to you know, be on my side. And we're really walking away from people who would be right there celebrating us, who, you know, want to see the best of us, because we're following a wound partner. So be aware of this during this time, because it can make things a little bit mucky, and it can make things much more complicated. We're really taking the reins and moving forward. There is a sense here with the Chariot. It's like, I'm moving towards what I want. I'm moving towards what I need. I'm moving towards an openness of emotion. And that's going to be really powerful for us. This is also Cancer energy. Cancer energy is coming through very powerfully during this time. So, you know, if you have that connection to a Cancer, that's going to be amplified during this time. And it moves us then to the Knight of Pentacles. Things aren't going to move as quickly as we want them to. We want things to have happened yesterday. And though that would have been great if they did happen yesterday, the journey is going to be so important. It is giving us so much information. It's giving us so much knowledge. It is giving us so much understanding, that when we get to that place that we need to be, that Spirit is like, okay, you know, this is you. We're going to be surprised. We're going to be like, oh, this is what it was. Like, this is what I was working for. This is what I needed. And so here we're going to be frustrated with the amount of time that it's taking. And I know Spirit always says, patience, patience. And we always get frustrated with Spirit. But just knowing that we are headed in the right direction, just knowing that we are getting to that place, but it's going to be a slower go than we thought it was going to be, you know? So yeah, being aware that also we have a bit of unrealistic expectations coming forward, that's going to be really important for us. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of during this time is the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a completion of a cycle when it comes to our finances. There is something we thought was going to be done. We thought it was handled, and now it needs looking at again. So just be mindful of this. This can also be talking about an inheritance or, yeah, something that we thought was settled. Just look at it again, or if it's a contract, talk to this person again, because we just want to double check things. We just want to double check that things are moving forward in a positive light. If this is an inheritance, things might need to be looked at again, meaning we might need to dispute something, or we thought we were getting X amount of money and we wind up not, which I don't like putting that out there, but that's what Spirit's saying. Spirit's saying, you guys have to know. I'm just the messenger, right? So here, there's that energy coming forward where we thought something was completed, we thought something was all settled up, and it's not. It's going to need looking at again. So just being aware of that is going to be very important. And of course, I said the 10 of Pentacles, and this is the 2 of Pentacles, which I just saw. So here, everything still stands with what I said before, because Spirit had me make that mistake for a reason. But there's also an energy of, I'm balancing too much during this time, and we have to acknowledge it, because somebody's going to put even more on our plate, and it's going to have to do with something that, again, we thought was settled, we thought was finished, but people are going to come to us and say, okay, I need you to look at this, or I need you to redo this. Just be mindful of it. If somebody here, probate, you work in probate, is that I don't know, or you work with wills, or with something here, and it's going to be like, look at it again, write it again. And it's going to be a more complicated balancing than you thought it was going to be. So just be aware of that. We then have our chakra energy right here. And we have communication. Communication, the third chakra. That is so important. There is a need here to communicate with ourselves, Capricorn, with what we want, with where we desire being. There's also this energy of communicating with others and, opening up our hearts and our understanding. So we're going to be taking in a lot more when we're communicating with people. It's not just the words that they're saying, it's their body language, it's their energy. We're going to be very, very sensitive to this. And that plays off of the Ace of Cups, the gift that's coming in from God, Source, Spirit. Again, however you see the divine, the universe, that's healing, that's, embracing us, that's helping us to move forward. It then brings us to our angel message right here, which is the Priestess. It says, be still and know. Listen to your hunches and intuition. Be ready for solutions to seemingly unresolved problems to appear. And that's going to be just so important. It's like, we need to be still. We need to know. We need to listen, because things are going to be a little bit more difficult than we thought they were going to be. Unresolved problems, the solutions are going to appear, but we're also going to sit there and be like, oh, well, I didn't think this had to be looked at again. So just being aware of that is, again, going to be very important. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which begins with the star. This is Aquarius energy. This is our dreams moving forward. This is a balancing of our emotions. This is a balancing of ourselves. This is also what we wish for, what we dream of, what we deeply desire, that passion that keeps us going, that deep wish inside of us that, opens up the doors, that really has us seeing us. It then moves us to the 5 of Earth. Now, 5 is a conflict number. The 5 of Earth is a poverty mentality, something around money that isn't settled. So the world is opening, and yet we are the student of that world opening. And yet we can be thinking, I'm not worthy of this. Or I don't want to be weird. I don't want to be different. I don't want to stand out. Why can't my gifts lie in this area? We might actually be closing the door on a very big part of who we are, on an important part of why we're on this earth. So just be mindful of this during this time. Yeah, just be mindful of this here, Capricorn, that there's a gift that's coming forward and it's being presented. And we just feel out in the cold. It's like, well, why can't I fit in this way? And Spirit's saying, because you're supposed to stand out this way. It then moves us to the 4 of Swords. We have the 4 of Swords again. And the 4 of Swords is needing to rest, is needing to connect. There's a part of us that has been asleep for a very long time. That part of us is starting to awaken. We're guarded, we're protected. A door within us, a light within us, a pathway forward is opening. But if we don't honor the story that we have been through, if we don't honor ourselves, we will not get to that place that we truly need to be. It then moves us to the Queen of Pentacles, and that is us. We are coming through as powerful, as prosperous, as somebody who nurtures and grows our wealth, that grows our prosperity. Again, we are represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. So this is a time that we are connecting with our wealth, with what we desire, with what we need, but we're also seeing our worth. During this time, it will be very easy for us to diminish ourselves, to write ourselves off, to say, you know, I'm not worth it, type of deal. And what Spirit is saying here is that it's so important to realize our worth and to know that we are nurturing our prosperity and our wealth, and to also know that people are seeing us as somebody who's astoundingly capable, put together, but also somebody who can be a great mentor, can, you know, really help to open up doors for others. So that could be something that we actually are a little bit frustrated with during this time, where people are like, oh, Capricorn, can you help me? And nobody's offering to help us, even though we're struggling, or even though we have doubts and fears. And that's because we're coming across as so strong, as so competent. So just be aware of that. Okay. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.